Welcome, Sci-Fi Pulse viewers, to the Superhero After Show. You know her as Whipsnap. I'd like to welcome Paula to the Feedback Lounge.
Congratulations, Stan Lee wants you to be a superhero.
Oh my God!
Tell me a little bit about yourself.
I'm originally from Dallas, Texas. I left home at a very early age at 15. I managed to graduate high school. I lived in a hotel for 2 years of that. I sent myself to college. I didn't grow up, with the comic books and stuff like that. I couldn't afford that. The Iron Enforcer.
Yes.
We actually worked together. She told me about the show, and I just missed it. And from that day forward, I made a commitment, and I actually signed up as on the emailing list. So every day for almost a year, I would check my email.
What's the origin of Whipsnap?
I was a tomboy. I grew up watching Bruce Lee, and I really didn't have any positive role models besides Bruce Lee. And then back when I was 12, I think her name is Tamara Dobson. She recently passed this past October. She was the first African-American woman to appear as a superhero. She was called Cleopatra Jones. And she was just this tall, graceful woman that had a 1967 Stingray. And she was like the FBI intelligent, and she was battered. She kicked butt.
Yeah.
But then again, she was prim and proper and just a lady, and that appealed to me.
Heroes! Welcome. This is The Lair.
What was your experience like in the lair?
It was definitely unique. I've never been around a bunch of positive people that come collectively and under one roof. A lot of emotions for me. I cried a lot. God, I don't think I could do this no more. It's too hard on me. I don't think I can do this anymore. I think being that this whole experience was new to me, I didn't know how to absorb it all.
I'm not a quitter. I'm just tired.
I tried to find my place without overstepping my boundaries. And I think that hindered me more than anything. I think people saw my tears as weakness.
I just need the pants. I'm here to save the world. Thank you so much.
Is there something that stands out in your mind as the most challenging?
Going in that tunnel with the rats and stuff like that, that was very challenging for me.
And you had the fastest time.
I stepped up to the plate yesterday, and I thought that would make him proud.
Please step forward.
It's a few people that have been on the block a few times. That was my first time being on the block, and I got eliminated. I'm not happy about that at all.
Over half of you think that Whipsnap is the least heroic.
But I do believe that things happen for a reason. I have to, or I would walk out of here jaded and pissed off. I don't want to do that.
Do you guys not want to ride the ride?
No, I'm a runner. I'm not a rider.
I just know what I'm capable of, and like when my asthma acted up, and that's always a constant reminder, when I can't breathe, and I'm trying to run, but I saw it as a setback because my teammate was up there on that roller coaster getting sick.
Get this!
I'm mentally exhausted.
Against all the obstacles that you were facing, you presented one more to yourself, which was you maybe kind of being hard on yourself. And I know that. And maybe I'm just reading into it what I felt, because I was doing that. For me, I had the benefit of Fat Mama told me, look, Feedback, you're missing this. This is your life dream, and you're getting all upset because every time you finish a challenge, you're beating yourself up. Did the diffuser or anyone say anything to you that was inspirational like that? Did it help at all?
Yeah, of course. The diffuser, the whole gang.
So who would you have chosen for elimination, or who would?
I don't know. I don't feel like it should have been me. It's obvious. It's personal. It's personal.
Do you mean personal from the heroes, from the mission reports, or do you mean personal from another way?
I just think I was a threat to the guys. I'm not saying I'm exempt. I'm better than anyone. I'll never ever say that.
Whipsnap.
I just don't get it. Women need someone strong and positive that's been through some things. I didn't have that growing up. We need that. It just meant the world to me. Oh my God.
You excelled during this competition, and I remember the day that I met you, and I knew you would do well, and you told me you were going to do well, and you did do well.
Oh my.
But that you were so excited that day.
Yeah.
And that seemed like such a highlight for you, and such like a recognition, you know, a sign, like, you know, you have been chosen. And were there any other highlights like that?
My costume, you know, our outfits were changed.
Uh-huh.
Thank you. Oh my God.
I felt so sexy. I felt like a lady. I always had to protect the girl in me like this. For so long, you know, I walked with the baddest. It's sad though when you have guys that want to fight you and you're a woman and they know that, but they still want to fight you. And I had to fight for myself. When I opened my eyes, you know, and for the first time and I looked, for that moment, I felt like I could put these down. And I was so happy. I was dancing around and I was being girly, you know. I actually had cleavage, you know. I'm like, oh, this what this is, you know.
Those fists that were up, that was your costume. Your costume was doing that for you.
Yeah,
So you could kind of enjoy
yeah,
that other side,
yeah.
you know?
And I totally enjoyed that.
That's you.
I know it.
How awesome is that?
It was great. I love that. It shows me what other people see in me. I never thought that I would be on the comic book cover.
But you know what? I have to tell you, no comic book could ever be as interesting as your real story.
I have so many stories to tell.
And you will tell them. And the world will know them. And they'll know you, and they'll know this. And they'll see this and relate you to that. And you will always be a superhero.
Thank you.
I want to thank you for being here with me today.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it. You're awesome feedback. I'll never forget you.
You won't get a chance to. We're going to be hanging out for a very
Sure.
long time.
For sure.
Fighting crime together, baby.
Yeah.
And thank you, Sci-Fi Channel and Sci-Fi.com viewers, for joining us for the Superhero After Show. We'll see you next time to see who's eliminated and what they have to say. Until then, be heroic and game on.